I know you've got some really interesting practices and things that people can do to kind of settle that down, get more focus, and get more on a trajectory to focus and clarity and having that momentum. So let's unpack that for a minute. And I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to you to kind of fill us in on what you have.
I think that mindfulness goes all the way back to the Bible. There are 20 different meditations mentioned in the Bible. I learned from some of the Buddhist masters from the 14th century, from the 13th century. I became a Reiki Teaching Master 6 years ago and had to do a deep dive into meditation in order to center myself, to play with energy. And that's just a phenomenal piece of my life that that would be another podcast another day. But to become a Reiki Teaching Master, you start with a simple meditation. It goes like this. And all meditations start with breathing, so we're just going to do one breath in, but you guys can go back to Jake's breathing podcast from Monday and get the breathing down perfectly, because breathing is the beginning of meditation every time. Take a deep breath in, hold it, fully release it, and think about these for a minute or so. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will give thanks for my many blessings. Just for today, I will be kind to my neighbor and every living thing. Isn't that beautiful? It's the golden rule. And it's, if you're Christian, if you're Catholic, if you're Jewish, if you're Hindu, if you're Buddhist, it crosses every denomination. If you don't believe in a higher power, it still works for you. Spirituality is not religion, but it gives us peace. So let's take it a step further. Let's look at those principles, and I'll give you a link for people to get on my website to take a look at this. If you do that first thing in the morning, if you do that last thing at night, before we do a little subconscious work, which we'll talk about, I'm sure, in a minute, and just think about one of those after we read the 5. Maybe today you want to think about, just for today, I will not be angry. Do you have an anger problem? Wouldn't that be the one you want to focus in on a couple times a day? If you say that every day for a week, you're going to be less angry. Your blood pressure is going to be down. You're going to be thinking clearer. You're going to come up with solutions. That is the simplicity and yet the beautifulness of meditation and mindfulness, is that we can choose to be better people. And I teach that as one of the legs in my 6-legged chair training, which I might drop in your notes as well.
Yeah.
It's a very, very cool thing. And once you start meditating, it doesn't take long. The biggest complaint I get when I run meditation groups, I didn't really get into it. I didn't get into the state. The state is different for everybody. But if you practice it, you will get there. If reading it at bedtime and in morning don't work, I suggest people take a hike in nature. And 5 minutes into the hike, just stop. Take a breath in, do a full 360, look at the trees, look at the flowers, look at the grass, look at the animals or the kids playing in the playground. And you're going to realize that you're meditating. Because when you put the brain at rest for a little bit, you are actually more productive the next 3 hours. So meditation is super important when you have a project, to take that 5 minutes out. Even if you do the Pomodoro timers, which I love, to take 5 minutes out at the end of the hour to recharge, you come back with more power and you get more done the next hour. So it's just something that everybody needs to do. 10% of the world's population does it. They're happier people. And I think everybody on a subconscious level knows they want to be a happier person. But we're letting those other things get in the way of our happiness because we're busy. We don't think we're getting enough done. We're afraid of failing. We don't think we're good enough. This is something I want to touch on today. You can out hustle any fear you have. Let me say that one more time. You can out hustle any fear you have. So if you think this is all woo-woo stuff and you don't want to do it this way, just go back to your list, and whenever you think that something's not going to work, do one of the things that you know you need to do to make it work. And you're going to find out at the end of the day, oh, you got that done. You worrying about it wouldn't have given you any positive momentum. Doing it overcame that fear. Isn't that magical?
Mm-hmm. I love that. You can out hustle any fear you have, right?
You can out hustle any fear you have. That's going on the t-shirt.